this little 2 minutes go up real fast, man. Hey, what it do, man? I put my little smoke together. I got something that I want to show y'all real fast, bro. I got a little bit of time before I gotta go get my hair cut. So listen. Remember I told y'all that it's gonna come a time where people gonna need our help, fool. You ever been in one of them like Asian stores and the way they treat black people and how they follow you around the stores and all that shit? Don't you realize if it wasn't for the civil rights movement that it wouldn't be 20 million Asians here? So in actuality, you would think that the Asian people would praise the blacks because y'all asses wouldn't even be over here if it wasn't for us. You get what I'm saying? Like they forget who fought for them and then motherfucking me they worship the oppressors. So I'm gonna try to well I'm gonna play a jam first real fast. I'm gonna go a different angle this way. No rap today, man. Let me roll up my killer. I'm coming.
I'ma tell you this one time. Boy, I want you to be mine.
When I see you right,
When I lay with you outside, and I touch your lips with mine, cause I need you. Don't wanna leave, I just wanna be here by your side. You make me feel and believe that we in paradise. Cause I don't feel the ground. No, I don't feel the ground. But I'm feeling right. I tell you what it's all about. It's a thing. You feel this way. It's kinda like whoa, whoa, but you make me feel and believe in me. lay with you all night. Feel your body next to mine. Don't wanna leave, I just wanna be here by your side. You make me feel, I believe that we in paradise. 'Cause I don't feel the ground. No, I don't feel the ground. But I'm feeling right. I tell you what it's all about. It's making me feel this way, and it's kinda like
Make sure y'all hit the like button, man.
oh, you make me feel the believe in me all.
Salute to all, man. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it. Let me cue this shit up real bad. So, you know, it's gonna come a point in time where, you know, people gonna need our help, bro. And you know us black people, we got the biggest hearts out of me to go through so much shit, man. I'm trying to watch 2 videos, bro, of people begging for our help, but they want to be racist towards us too, though. Watch this, dog. Y'all gonna trip out off this. Well, first I want y'all to watch this. This is what they did.
Why don't you move to a different country? Why are you still?
This is man, this is ill, y'all. Y'all go watch this. Y'all gonna be like, man, come on, man. Watch this, fool. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the Chronicles of the Blacks. Man, it's definitely a good page.
Staying here, young 10-year-old, very intelligent-looking young lady.
Salute,
a
Cerise.
black young lady who will not stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in her classroom. She doesn't want to stand up because apparently she believes that black Americans need a lot more to be done in this country. You know what I believe, Cornell? And I know you supported her publicly. I think at 10 years old, she has no real understanding of what America is. So I wonder if her parents have sat her down and explained what Americans have given their lives, white, black, red. It doesn't make any difference. They stood and they fought and they died for this country, and she doesn't want to do anything to honor them?
Man, she comes from a family of military service members. Her father's is a retired military service member also who served this nation well with great dignity.
Good.
Her mother's a very intelligent woman. What white people need to understand
Just
is that,
white people?
Yes, please, let me explain. That national anthem was written by Francis Scott Key, a slave owner.
Oh, here we go.
Who demonized and hated black slaves and black people. Go research the 3rd verse where he says, there's no refuge in this country for the hireling or the slave. Both should be turmoil to the grave.
How's her parents doing?
This is a man
Are they successful?
that promised turmoil for black people to the grave.
Hey, you hear what that nigga was like? You hear y'all points where y'all try to, man, listen, dog. That's what y'all think about us? Do y'all really think about that's what y'all really think about us? Bro, because I watched 2 million people watch Charlie Kirk's funeral, and it just made me realize that, damn, it's really more racist people in the world than we really, really think, though. Really, really think, fool.
Would you ask Jewish children to say a pledge to a German anthem that disrespects Jewish people?
If
No, you would not.
Germany,
No,
sure.
you would not.
Well, sure.
That disrespects Jewish people?
Then
No,
why?
you would not.
You certainly can kneel down. In America, you have the right to do that.
America looked at the same way at Rosa Parks when she refused to get up and give up her seat to a white man on the bus. But history vindicated her. History vindicated her. America demonized Harriet Tubman for freeing slaves from slavery, but history vindicated her. So I say to that young girl, you stand strong, stand up, and stand for what you believe in. And to all of those who are too coward to do it, don't get in that young girl's way. Others like her. Support that young girl.
What would you like her to say to the men and women who have fought for this country like I ran into over the weekend? The black men and women who fought for this country and some who gave
Thank
up.
you.
Ask
Thank
the
you,
black
Mr.
men and
Rich.
women who served America in its military, like in the Independence War. We helped America get it, and we were still slaves.
My
And
motherfucking
we've never
line
been
just
given
cut
the
out,
justice
dog.
and the due process of everybody else in this nation. So
Why don't you
stand up for those rights.
move to a different country? Why are you staying here if you don't
Man,
like
let me tell you why. Because
Why?
the country belongs to Indians. You white folks stole it from them,
You stole.
raped and robbed them.
When will you realize that y'all stole this shit? Y'all parading around this bitch, but y'all stole this bitch. Again, another robbery that y'all just forgot about, man. Come on, man.
This not your country. You all came over here and stole it and beat the hell out of them.
I was
So this
born.
not your
It
country.
was my country.
You all need to go home.
If you're
you
not
all need to go back where
interested-
you came
if
from.
you don't like it, why don't you
Excuse
pack
me?
up and go?
Let the Indians decide who should pack up and go. And I guarantee you black folks will stay and you all will be on the first damn boat leaving here. So don't try that.
Whoop, 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 bitch.
You ought to make America. This is not your country.
What you should do is sit down with someone who has fought for this country, Cornell. Get their opinion too.
Tons of black people have. What have we gotten from it?
So, we're illegal now? Y'all. So apparently, we can be reported now. Black Americans, foundational
Hey, send
Black
us away,
Americans,
bitch.
the descendants of enslaved people who built this country for free, who were brought here in chains, who
You
never
think it's a
asked to
gift
be here in
being
the
over
first
here?
place. According to one white man on live television, we're illegal immigrants too. We should be deported just like everybody else. I'm sorry, deported to where exactly?
Where we
To
going?
the land your ancestors stole us from?
Where we
To the
going?
continent you spent 400 years erasing from our memory? To the
Man,
countries
can-
you colonized and
Can
destabilized?
somebody please tell me where we going? Where the fuck am I going? I could have swore I was born in Austin, Texas. And I'm thinking that is a city and state in the United States, sir. This is what they think about us, man. This is crazy, dog. This is crazy, dog.
Please enlighten me, because the audacity, the sheer unmitigated audacity of this statement
Keep
is so
telling y'all
astronomical,
racism is
I don't even know
taught.
where to start.
It's taught, man.
Oh wait,
Racism
Yes, I
is
do.
taught.
Let's get into it.
It ain't
What's
nothing
good,
that somebody just
family?
all of a sudden
If you're
want to
new
be.
here, welcome
Bro,
to the
it's
place
taught.
where we don't let foolishness slide. We fact check,
And
we
they
pull
lie.
receipts, and we hold people accountable. If you've been rocking with us, you already know the vibes. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe, because today we're about to serve a history lesson with a side of reality check. Let's set the stage with some facts, because clearly some people skipped history class. Black people were brought to this land against our will starting in 1619 when the first enslaved Africans arrived in Jamestown, Virginia. We didn't immigrate.
Take you
We were
boys to
kidnapped.
history
We
class
were
real
trafficked.
fast.
We were sold. For over 240 years, our ancestors built the economic foundation of this country without a single paycheck. The White House, built by enslaved labor. The Capitol, same thing. The railroads, the cotton industry, the entire Southern economy, black hands, black blood, black bodies. After the Civil War ended in 1865, we were promised 40 acres and a mule. That promise was broken. Instead, we got Jim Crow, sharecropping, lynching, and systemic disenfranchisement. We fought in every American war, from the Revolutionary War to today, and we were still treated like second-class citizens when we came home. So when some white man on Fox gets on television and says black people should be deported, he's not just being ignorant. He's being historically illiterate, morally bankrupt, and straight up disrespectful. So there's this clip that went viral.
This 26 interview with Quanell was not about the little black girl who did not want to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. That debate was about who gets to belong and who doesn't. Because Quanell explained calmly and historically why a little black child may not want to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, or the national anthem for that matter. He explained how the man who wrote that anthem was a slave owner who despised black people. He explained how black soldiers fought, bled, and then came home to a country that still called them slurs, still denied them the same freedoms they went and fought for those white people to have. He explained that freedom in America has always come with an asterisk for us. And so what did that white man do? He interrupted, he overtalked, he continued to dodge accountability, and then he pulled the oldest card in the book. Well, if you don't like it, why don't you just leave?
Yeah.
And that question right there is the tell. Because white Americans cannot fathom why black and brown people will criticize a country that we still stay in. And that is because white Americans' nationalism is their identity, not principles. See, black, brown, and indigenous people have peoplehood. We have lineage.
Man,
we have memory. We have culture that's older than the American flag. Our identity exists with or without America. And white Americans don't have that. Because remember, most of them were not nobles. They were not royalty. They were Europe's cast-offs. Criminals,
Welcome to
rapists,
Hustle Boulevard,
debtors,
OG
and the
kids.
violently poor that were exported to stolen land. The society that put them on the bottom of the hierarchy rid themselves of them and then shipped them here where they built up a hierarchy that put them at the top. They invented whiteness to cling to. They invented something that gave them a sense of identity, something they could invent that made them think they were superior, and indoctrinated everyone else by threat of violence and force and death to believe that what they were inventing was true. They wrapped their entire self-worth in a nation that they felt that they could finally dominate. And that is why they cling to that flag, to the anthems, to the pledge, because that's all they have. So when we say, hey, this country harms us, they don't hear a call to repair. They instead hear a threat to their identity. When Quanell told him all the reasons why black people believe that we should not have to stand up for an anthem or pledge our allegiance to a country that's never put us anywhere but at the bottom. That white man said, well, then why don't you leave? Because they hear a threat to their identity, that's why the solution is always for us to leave.
Hey.
But here's the part they choke on, just like Quanell said. This country ain't theirs. This country was stolen from indigenous people, built by enslaved Africans, and maintained by exploited labor. We didn't come here chasing some dream. Our ancestors were brought here in chains. So don't ask us why we stay.
One more video for
Ask
y'all,
yourselves
dog.
why
Don't
you
go
won't
no
leave.
goddamn where.
I believe they will not leave because deep down they know that this nation, this country, this America is the only thing standing between them and finding out who they really are, the type of people they really come from. And that's why a black child choosing to sit down for the Pledge of Allegiance threatens you, terrifies you, because it's not disrespectful, it's honest. Black people's relationship with white people in America has been one of narcissistic abuse, and it's just like a narcissist to say, don't talk about all the ways in which I hurt you. Congratulate me for giving you the smallest bit. Tell me how great I am. Don't look too closely about the wrongs I've done because that didn't happen. Just like a narcissist.
Why don't you move to a different country? Why are you staying here?
Tell me why they ask us, why don't we leave when they brought us here?
Y'all brought us here,
Right?
bitch.
I didn't ride over here on a boat because we wanted to. Our family was brought here out no goodwill and used as slaves. And on top of that, to this day, people still fight like this white man on the screen talking about how, well, why don't you leave? Well, why don't we all stop the hate? Because that's all this is.
That's all it
to have
is.
any kind of disregard for
It's just a simple fix. A simple fix, you know. You know what simple fix is like use your heart, you know. Nobody has to go. Just use your heart and show some compassion. some free shit. You know, that shit is free. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. Man, boy.
race. You purely and basically are saying, I'm done.
Hey,
Because what do you mean?
Hey, Batty.
Different-
Batty, I'm a grown ass man that make my own motherfucking money. That pay these old high ass taxes so the rich can pay less of taxes so I can go wherever the fuck I want to go when I want to go. I know. You don't got to tell me. Bitch, I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. Stupid. Little dumb ass.
Different cultures are beautiful. Different ethnicities are beautiful.
Can you lead this bitch though? Because from the looks of it, hey, y'all people is the ones hogging up all the food stamps. So if you needing food stamps, it's looking like you the ones can't leave, bitch. Goofy motherfucker.
defends Mexicans and Native Americans.
I told everybody that I'm in remission. I am cancer free, and I want to thank everybody that has prayed for me, that has come up to me and been so kind to me. And you know what? The immigrant-free day. I think about these individuals. You know something? When you do what I did, when you work hard, when you do what you're told, when you go where you're supposed to go, and you pray to God, then good things happen. If one day you decide you're going to do none of those things, then what may happen is exactly what happened to these so-called immigrants, many of them illegal, who decided not to go to work a particular day to somehow get across some kind of message. They get fired the next day. Welcome to America.
Matt, I am happy that you're in remission. To God be the glory. But it is amazing how you could beat cancer and be in remission and your heart still be so cold and hard. It is amazing how you would speak that way about immigrants.
Hey, how you beat cancer? How you think you beat that? See, you ever notice that race? I keep telling y'all, dog, this is why I don't go to church. I don't go to church because, bro, a lot of that Hitler shit and KKK shit, they always throw church in there, bro. I don't know how a white Jesus can make you niggas think evil. I'm just confused. I'm just confused. So you know what? We ain't gonna even believe in no white Jesus. We just gonna believe in God, Allah, or whatever. Cause that's some bullshit, dog. Y'all adding these religions to this shit, dog. And these be some of the most evilest people that can read you all of the scriptures out the Bibles and shit. Salute, D-Mac.
When you call them so-called immigrants, you're right, they're so-called immigrants.
Some are illegal.
Because they're only coming back home. Texas, Arizona, and California were stole from the Mexicans. So they're so-called immigrants because they're coming back home. And when you speak about if you work hard and do the right thing and be good to people, well, guess what? That's not the history or the legacy of your ancestors.
You got to come through the front door.
White folk didn't come through the front door. White folk kicked open the back door and killed everything else in between to conquer America.
Why do you...
They were not good to people that they met. They didn't show hospitality to
You're trying
the
to
Indians.
avoid what we're talking about.
They didn't do that.
Here.
They weren't hospitable.
You're trying to avoid what we're talking about here, and you're going to go back 200-300 years.
What I'm trying to do...
Why don't we talk about what's taking place over the weekend?
What I'm trying to do
What's taking place? Oh, man, dog, what the fuck are you looking at? What are you looking at, bro? Y'all fighting your own people right now, bro. Y'all fighting your own people. Y'all listen. Y'all got so much evil on y'all and so much hate in y'all heart. Y'all are starting to do it to your own people. I'm gonna put it in a street terminology, like, and maybe people might not like this when I say this, but this is how I look at shit. It's like in California, the leading gangs is Bloods and Crips, right? Okay. It's more Crip gangs than it is Bloods. They 3-1. So if the Crips can't find no Bloods to fight, what they gonna start doing? Start fighting each other.
is try to tell white people like you, stop throwing rocks at the immigrants when you all live in a glass house.
I'm telling you
all
now,
didn't come to America the right way or the godly way.
Yes, you do. You do the things the correct way. And in 2017, the correct thing to do is come through the front door. And these are people that snuck into this country. And
So was storming into the Capitol? That's what you mean by going through the front door, huh? Storming in the Capitol like y'all did, and then getting freed at the same time. Yeah. I guess that's what he meant.
All supposed to allow that to happen? That's not how it works. You're not going to get what you're looking for. And you got to work. You got to come through the front door. I understand.
I'm saying they shouldn't have to sneak back into a territory that the legacy of that territory belonged to their own people. But let's just say for the sake of the law, they broke the law. Okay, I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, brother, where is the human compassion that the ancestors
Did I tell y'all the compassion? It's like y'all heartless. It's like y'all don't have a heart until y'all need help.
Indians showed your community.
This
You all
stuff
showed
was in the
nobody
Bible,
else.
y'all.
What you want it all showed to you.
Let's stay in America. There was no America back, what you're talking about. You're taking something and trying to turn it into something that it's not. Let's talk about the rules and the laws that exist in the United States of America.
This is America, but America the beautiful has been America the ugly toward too many people of color. And all we want is the same thing you all enjoy, the complexion for the protection.
Well, I
That's
tell you
all
what,
got in
do
America.
that,
We don't have that.
do that when somebody crosses.
Hey, let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about it, dog.
Is your property line and wants to come into your home and sit down in your living room and eat out of your refrigerator without ever asking you or without being a member of your family.
All the immigrants are not doing that. So stop that, brother. That's a hype, that's a lie, and it's racist.
That's a lie.
It's not a hype, it's exactly what
Bro,
they want.
don't realize that. When y'all say that, hey, bro. When you say things like that, that is a form of racist. That just leads me to believe that y'all really might not know when y'all being racist because it was taught. It's regular, like it's regular, bro. Like it go to show me that it's just, bro, it's regular. You don't even realize, you might not realize that you're doing it. There's some real content right here.
They're not all doing that.
He was talking bad about Mexicans, and he got put in his place.
Greg Abbott wants to make sure that Houston, the city of Houston, is put under the same microscope as any city that isn't allowed legally to be the quote-unquote sanctuary city. And this is what we do here in the city of Houston. People come into the city of Houston illegally. They're allowed to stay. There is only so much that our law enforcement officers are willing to do, that the DEA is willing to do, that the border agents are willing to do. Why in the world don't we go after those that are here? Well, that's what Abbott wants to change, and I agree. And as soon as we make sure that in the state of Texas, if Houston keeps conducting itself the same way that San Antonio and other cities conduct themselves, then no money is coming to Houston from the state. We need to do that on a state level. We also need to do it on a federal level.
But my problem with this is, why are we so worried about getting rid of all of the Mexicans or Hispanics that are quote unquote here, if they're illegal or not? At the end of the day, many of them are paying taxes. Many of them have been here for generations and decades.
Hey, that's what I was telling you. Yeah, it's all right when they can go in there and buy them vehicles. It's all right when some type of way they can go buy some land and swindle their way to get some houses. It's all right when they can come up on a business. You know what I'm saying? It's all right then though. It's all right then. That's why I was like, y'all going to Mexican restaurants. Them the wrong motherfuckers. First off, y'all were talking about drugs. Motherfuckers working, making tortillas. Where the drugs at? Bro, y'all being racist, bro. The Mexicans, excuse my language, the essays are feeling what we feel. So when I see a Spanish person be racist towards us, I be like, dawg, where the fuck are you from? Bro, you don't realize, bro, you just a step away from us. And now they see, and now y'all want to band together. Come on, my black, that's black and brown. But hey, that's just one race, though. That's just one race.
Trying to get rid of 4 or 5 or 3 million people all at once is not going to work. We don't have the resources.
We don't have to do that.
And secondly, Matt, listen, there is no such thing as an illegal Mexican immigrant coming into Texas because they're only coming home. Texas, Arizona, and California was stole from the Mexicans.
Don't start
this
that.
all belongs to them. So they're only coming home. And then here it is, you white folks stole the land from the Indians, but yet you're the natural, real illegal immigrants. So let's start with
how many real Mexicans from how many real Mexicans from Mexico are in New York? How many Mexicans, Spanish people, or in New York. Y'all don't got them type of Mexicans. Y'all got them other kind of Spanish people. Bro, they don't go that far. They come right here just to go to work for pennies.
Things you said that are already wrong. First of all, they're coming here. They're not paying any taxes. You're telling me they're paying taxes? They're not paying taxes.
Man,
Nobody
they
knows
are
who the heck
paying
they are.
taxes.
No,
They
they're not
paying
paying any
taxes,
taxes.
dog.
When they buy a product, they pay a tax.
They pay a tax.
Let's continue.
When they buy a car, they pay a
They
tax.
pay,
You come
I'm
into
telling you,
this country.
y'all love them when they buying them big ass trucks, don't y'all? Hey, y'all love them essays when they go cash out on them big old F-150s, don't y'all? Y'all love them then, right? Shit, hey, boy, I'm telling you.
Illegally. That is a law that you're breaking. And that's why they have to be sent back to wherever they came from. They want to come through the front door. That is the correct way to come in. And the city of Houston has to stop allowing this, or we're never going to get them to stop coming in here. Look,
Matt,
that's what we got to do. Follow the law.
But Matt, where is the compassion that the indigenous Indians had for white people in this
Why do
country?
you keep going backwards?
They let you all come in.
What are you going
And you
backwards?
came in and raised a whole lot of hell.
Don't start
Trump
start
called
bringing up
Mexicans
history and try and
rapists. He
explain
called
what's
them
going on
criminals.
today.
Trump called the Mexicans illegal criminals coming into America. One of the biggest illegal criminals ever coming to America was white people.
So you don't give a damn if people break into this country?
I don't give a damn.
I wonder what's going to happen when they come and rob your house.
I don't give a damn about hypocrites who came
Damn,
here
why
illegally
would
and
you
stole
say
all
that?
of this. And now
How do you realize that is racist, dog? Bro. This nigga, see, I'm telling you, dog. These people can't realize that they're doing this, dog. Y'all can't realize that, bro, you can't. Bro, we wouldn't dare say no shit like that, dog. What, you gonna let the white people break it? Yo, you want break in your, bro, you just stereotype somebody, bro. You just stereotyped a certain type of people, bro. You can't do that, dog. That makes you racist, brother. Yes, white guy, it makes you racist, fool. You, man, y'all people bad and weird, dog.
Only coming back home. To all of the Mexicans, don't worry about this. Just keep having babies, and in 30 years, all these white folks will be under your control.
To Americans, let's stand up and do what the hell we're supposed to do and stop letting the city of Houston be an open door. This ain't no sanctuary city.
Don't listen to that.
This is a real city.
Just keep having.
I think this is a fantastic law. It is time to start enforcing the laws that are on the books instead of the state and local officials legislating from their own little tiny offices.
It's an awful law because it's nothing more than a legal way for law enforcement to racially profile Mexicans and Hispanics. I would say to the Hispanic and Mexican community, what you got to do now, hook up with the black community and unite in political power, because if Mexicans and black people unite in Texas,
y'all can't
we can
fuck with
control the governor.
Hey, nigga. Hey, y'all don't realize that. Bro, you put us together, man, we could roll over any state with any state. Put our essays and our blacks together in this state. Man, we could fuck up the whole United States. So keep playing. Keep playing. Keep playing. The moment we probably tap out and help them. You know?
We can control the lieutenant governor, and we can control politics in Texas, period. I'm saying to Latino brothers and sisters, don't fight them by yourself. If you hook up with black people and we unite, I'm telling you, we can run Texas and then pass laws to deal with those who hate us.
You're advocating for criminal activity, Cornell. These people are not here lawfully. They need to do what our ancestors did, what many Mexicans have done.
No, wait a minute.
Many, don't interrupt me.
Your ancestors came here illegally. Wasn't nothing legal about your ancestors. They came illegally and they murdered, they raped, they pillaged a whole race of people. This country, Texas, Arizona, California, belongs to the Mexicans.
Cornell, get back
it was
to the
stolen from them.
You
so
tell me to get back to the
ancestors,
point.
They came
No,
here
no,
illegally.
you're not being fair to me here. You say stay on topic. I say, okay, we'll stay on topic. And then as soon as we start talking about illegal immigration, you go back to the black issue. Let's stay on topic.
Your ancestors are the master illegal immigrants.
Give me the opportunity to respond. And that, you know what? We're all Americans
and
here.
y'all not understanding it. This is what Nah, this is what I'm. It's a reason why I'm showing this because this is what y'all not paying attention. The reason why they keep saying stole, because that's what they just did with that oil, didn't it? That nigga Trump is resorting back to that shit. He tried to steal that gold from them Africans. Bro, they resorting back to just taking shit, dog, and shit. And nigga, I don't want shit to do with that shit, dog. Like, I don't want nothing to do with that shit, dog. You going and taking these people resources, like from poor countries. Y'all know what a resource is? Look it up. It's the thing that your country make the most money off of. He gonna tell Africa, give me 60%. I'm stuck on that. Bro, we all know the gold come from Africa. We all know gold come from Africa. We all know Africa is poor as hell. So you just gonna take 60%? What you that's why they president said, man, Africa ain't for sale. Cause they know what y'all trying to do. Why you gonna storm in there like you did in New Zealand? Hey, black folks fight hard. That's why. And you can say that they don't get along down there. Go in there trying to take something from them people. Watch what happens.
Here. And if you are here legally, absolutely, then we need to come together and we need to pass good laws for enforcing the law.
Well, perhaps Native Americans should have passed laws.
A white man on a news segment talking about immigration and deportation. And in the middle of his rant, he says that if we're going to deport people, we should deport black Americans too because, and I quote, we're illegal immigrants just like everyone else. Let me show you exactly what he said so you can hear it with your own ears. Why don't you go to a different country? Why are you staying here if you don't like it? Let me tell you why. Because the country belongs to Indians. You white folks stole it from them, raped and robbed their people.
It ain't ours.
This is not your country.
We ain't saying it's ours. Y'all, normal people would say, y'all stole it from us. Nah, it ain't ours. We don't want the motherfucker. We know who y'all stole it from, nigga. Black people, we gonna tell the truth.
You all came over here and stole it and beat the hell out of them. So this is not your country. You all need to go home. You all need to go back where you came from.
Go back to Europe,
motherfucker. If you don't like it, why don't you pack up and go? Let the Indians decide who should pack up and go.
Right.
And I guarantee the black folks will
stay. They gonna send your dog ass home.
The first boat leaving here.
Right up out of here.
Now hold on. Let me give this brother his flowers. Because what he just did was deliver a masterclass in historical accuracy and moral clarity. He didn't stutter. He didn't back down. He looked that man dead in the face and said, you don't get to tell us to leave when your people stole this land in the first place. And you know what happened? That white man had nothing to say.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Because when you come with facts, when you come with history, when you come with receipts, there's no rebuttal. There's just silence. Here's my verdict. This brother said what needed to be said. He reminded that man and everyone watching that black people didn't come here by choice. We were brought here. We were enslaved here. We built this country here. And we have more right to be here than the descendants.
These people don't understand. Do you know how much better it would be if we was in our own country, could make laws better for us like y'all do over here? Bitch, send us back. Send us back, bitch. For real.
Of colonizers who committed genocide against the indigenous people and then built an economy on their backs. So
that's
miss
exactly
me with the deportation talk. Miss me with the go back to where you came from rhetoric. Because if we're playing that game, a whole lot of white folks need to start packing their bags
pack y'all shit, homeboy.
Let's talk about the hypocrisy. Because it's sitting right there in broad daylight. When white people talk about immigration, they love to say, come here legally, follow the rules, respect the process. But let's be real. Your ancestors didn't come here legally. They came here, committed genocide against the indigenous population, stole the land, and then wrote laws to make it all seem legitimate.
The black man who was handcuffed and tased in the back by a West Alabama police officer plans to file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the department.
So that's the first video, dog. Y'all stick with me, man. I got, hey, dog. I got more. So what that was is, you see how the SAs treat the blacks in California, the gang members? They treat them, they call them niggers and all types of shit. Like, so what y'all just seen is, you know, that's what they think about. That's what the white people think about us. But I'm gonna show y'all something real fast, though. Now it's another type of people begging us for help. Watch this.
When I went to school.
But man, this is like,
the problem is our communities are
remember that I told
for Asian Americans and for African Americans.
Hey, remember I told y'all that racism is taught, dog. So to some people, it seems regular. They'll call us racist, but really they be the people that's racist, dog. I'm gonna show you. Man, listen. It's not just white people, boo. Come on, man. Don't you people realize that dog, it wouldn't be no 20, it is 22 million Chinese, Vietnamese people in the United States. If it wasn't for us, the civil rights movement, our people, now I ain't gonna say us, our people, dog, they wouldn't even be able to come over here. But yet they worship the white people and treat us like weed and do shit. Watch this, dog. Now they begging for help, though.
We probably have one of the worst relationships between any community.
Well, I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this country.
Thank you. What I have been trying to teach the Asian community is like, friends, do you understand that your success, your prosperity, your civil rights that you enjoy right now was paid for with black blood?
Yo, what's up, man? I don't know if you guys have seen this video of these two Asian men talking about the divide between the black community.
This is how you know shit is maybe starting to change, because remember I said that it's other races vouching for us and shit now. Speaking highly of us now. That's what it sounds like, right? It seems like, right? Man, them people is begging for help, man.
And the Asian community is pretty dope, man. These dudes are laying down knowledge. It's dope. I think one of these guys maybe the Korean other
Waco, they don't understand like they don't understand that shit, dog. SAs are more racist towards blacks than white people, fool. That shit is crazy to me, dog. And they call it, when they say minority, nigga, they talking about you. They talking about you. Vato, they talking about you. Y'all not in no higher class. These people are crazy, dog.
They're Filipino. Either way, they're both Asian and they're spitting that real shit. The guy's like saying, yo, I don't know if the Asian community understands this, but we wouldn't be here, 22 million of us in America, if it weren't for the civil rights movement, the civil rights bill.
If it wasn't for the civil rights movement, there would not be 22 million Asian Americans in this country.
I'm like, yeah, son, it's real talk. Listen, first of all, foreigners in general, like me, I am not a foundational black American. I'm not. My parents came from Nigeria to here. If it were not for foundational black Americans, none of these immigrants would be able to be doing what they do. That's facts. My parents wouldn't be able to do what they do if it weren't for foundational black Americans. We have to understand that this is all history. Fuck your feelings. This is the real deal. And me growing up in America, being born in America, African Americans always had my back. But when they're on their backs, nobody picks them up. And I know there's going to be, I can't wait to see the comments. There's going to be some passive-aggressive ass bitch here talking that shit. But this is all facts. All right? And I want to appreciate those two Asian dudes spitting that knowledge. And by the way, there's a lot of Asian people online spitting knowledge, real knowledge about the origins of our dealings with each other. People really waking up, and I really appreciate that because Asians and African Americans are so similar. Here's a nice little tidbit. Bruce Lee, when he was in San Francisco, you know who his first student was an African American guy. It was an African American. You could look at, go watch Be Like Water on 30 by 30. His first student was an African American.
God damn it. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Now that's journalism right there, dog. That nigga Doug,
Y'all. So apparently, we're all in this together now. Asians, Latinos, and black folks. We all got the same oppressor. We all went through the same colonization. We all suffered the same way. And now that deportations are ramping up, now that anti-blackness is being called out, now that the consequences are hitting, Asian Americans are coming forward asking black people to forgive them and telling Latinos, hey, we're all colonized by the same people. Oh, now we're family? Now we're united? Now we share the same struggle? Where was this energy when black people were getting killed in the streets? Where was this solidarity when we were marching for George Floyd, for Breonna Taylor, for Sandra Bland? Where was this same oppressor talk when Asian store owners were calling the police on black customers?
They looking for
when
our
Latino
help.
voters were choosing deportation policies over solidarity.
They looking for our help. Where were all the blacks at in the marches? It's your turn. It's your turn. Hey, this was on, yeah.
Anti-blackness was running rampant in both communities. But now that the system is coming for y'all too, now we all got the same oppressor. Interesting timing. What's good, family? If you're new here, this is where you keep it.
I mean, don't get it twisted, dog. I love the comments. I love the message and everything, but why now? Why now? It's a perfect kind of time y'all want to spit that good knowledge now, huh? Yeah, I know, because y'all want some help. Nigga, they trying to send y'all back. Well, don't be pulling on us. Hey, they been doing us like this for years, so, hey, they gonna unalive Trump ass.
Keep it real. Pull receipts and hold people accountable. No sugarcoating, no tap dancing, just facts. If you've been rocking with us, you know the vibes. Hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe.
Man, Sean,
because we're about to unpack some serious accountability tea. Let's start with the facts, because context is everything. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s was led primarily by black Americans. We marched, we bled, we died for voting rights, for desegregation,
that's the vote,
for equal protection under the law. And you know who benefited from that? Everybody. The Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which opened the doors for mass immigration from Asia, Latin America, and other regions, was a direct result of the civil rights movement. Black people fought for that. Black blood paid for that. But here's the thing. While black people were fighting for everyone's rights, anti-blackness was thriving in immigrant communities. Studies have documented anti-black sentiment in Asian and Latino communities for decades. From the LA riots in 1992, where tensions between black and Korean communities exploded, to present-day incidents of Asian store owners racially profiling black customers, to Latino voters supporting policies that harm black communities. The receipts are there. And now, in 2025, as deportations ramp up, as anti-Asian hate crimes increase, as the system starts targeting other communities, suddenly there's a call for unity.
Oh, now y'all want to be peaceful.
We all have the same oppressor. So there's this video that went viral. An Asian American woman speaking directly to camera. And she's doing something that honestly we don't see enough of.
Now we need your ass.
We're good.
Now.
We are good. No.
I'm
speaking for Black American
don't put us in
experience.
that shit.
Every time we have tried to band with everyone, literally, the whites come in and offer you all something and you leave us in the dust.
You leave us in the dust.
We tried it. Our own people sold this out. Let's start there.
They leave us in the dust.
Well, I don't even know if that, because I feel like it went by tribe. it was a war, but let's not even start there. Let's just say our own people sold us out, right? Arabs conquered North Africa, the Spanish slave trade, which they had black people in. Then, when you look at the Native Americans, the 5 civilized tribes, most of them sold the blacks back to the whites because the blacks couldn't afford to prove that they were Native Americans. Every time we have tried to bend someone, y'all over. Figure it out your I am not a racist person. I love everybody.
Me too.
But when it comes to success, I'm only worried about the black American community right now. Due to the fact that
we doing
if
bad.
it was vice versa, everybody else would think of themselves.
Like, think of themselves. That's all we see.
I bet you a lot of Asian Americans too don't, in my experience, don't even realize that if it wasn't for the civil rights movement, there would not be 22 million.
The problem is in division. This is the problem. Black Americans are only seen when we're beneficial to others. He said because of the civil rights movement, that's why 20 plus Asian people are here. But who was the sacrificial lamb during that civil rights movement?
I'm telling you.
What other minority group was in the trenches with black Americans while that was happening?
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Listen, dog. This is what I was explaining to them people, man. Hey, R.I.P. to that lady, man. I hate the cops. Can't stand them. I hate the fact that it was a woman that ICE did that to. But do I give a damn? Not really. Not really. I don't, dog. I done watched too many of people with the same skin color as me, like, get unalived by them people and nothing happen. Women, Sandra Bland. I done watched them police huddle around with their legs on, knowing the person is getting unalived and no other officers looks around to push the nigga up off the nigga, let him breathe or nothing. I done seen this. Oh, y'all talking about help? Bitch, please.
Okay, and then on top of that, affirmative action, you know who benefited from that, even though it was meant for black Americans and other marginalized groups? White women. And you see how they voted this past election. Other than that, if they're not benefiting from black American people or black American culture, they look at black American people as less than. That's why they're always thriving and reaching for white proximity. This also applies to all the blacks that's not black American. They think they better than black Americans, but they're always cosplaying and benefiting from black American culture. And these people are so disingenuous because they're only talking like this because of Trump, talking about mass deporting Asians, Hispanics, Latinos.
Hey, it was all right when they was watching the essays get handled. Hey, when they was talking, it was all right. When they was going into the Mexican restaurant, pulling them essays up out of here, huh? Hey, now they on y'all top, you know, going up in them China kitchens. Hey, now y'all want us to help y'all bitch asses. Thank you, Max. I think not. I think not. I think we won't. This is y'all fight, dog.
60 years ago and you now just talking about it? In a sense, we're talking about this oppressor, this colonizer, the man. It's funny because he will hire a black American before the Asian man will, before the Arab man will. Matter of fact, they'll come into your community, your black community, take all your money, but they won't give you a chance. And then they...
Hey, them hoes will not let you owe them a dime. You could be 3 cents short. That hoe gonna look at you like, hurry up and buy.
Judge you worse than the oppressor. Let one black American person do something wrong, then they label the whole community that way. That's the same tactics the white man use. Right? So the problem isn't division, the problem is respect. Y'all view black Americans as less than, and we're not having it. If we don't take that, accept that type of treatment from the white man, what makes you...
Hey, hold on. Hey, bitch, don't you realize we the strongest, sucker? Why you think everybody racist is begging for help? They begging for our help, bitch. It said in the Bible where the oppressors were gonna have to come, where the slave was gonna get the prize, basically. And the oppressors was gonna become the slaves and have to ask the slaves for help, beg them for help, please. Beg me for my life. Beg me. Dog, it's kind of similar to this shit right now, bro. Now they begging us for help. But nigga, those black people this. Those black people that. If he wasn't so strong and we so weak, why you asking us for help? Don't talk highly of us now, motherfuckers.
Did you think that we're going to accept it from these middle groups? Are y'all that delusional? It's always good to show gratitude, but what does that translate into without respect?
I first became aware of my mom's anti-blackness when I started kindergarten.
Now remember that I said that racism is taught. The shit is taught, bro. You don't just pop up one day and say, "Man, I don't like the way he looks. I hate them people." I don't think so, dog. I just don't think so. Black is very influential, bro. Just ask your kids. Hey, but listen to this, dog. So it's not just white people that's taught this shit. It's other races taught this shit about us too. So listen, dog.
Kindergarten, and it mostly centered around avoiding interactions with black people and not allowing me to be exposed to anything that she considered black culture. So if we were walking and she saw a black person, she would pull me closer to her. If we were in a car in a parking lot and saw a black person in the parking lot, she would make a point to lock the doors. And I wasn't allowed to listen to rap or Michael Jackson or Tina Turner. And she was hypocritical about that because I wasn't allowed to listen to Cyndi Lauper or Madonna either. She would call it trash music and say that it was going to be a bad influence. But if it was a white artist, it was not racialized. It was only when it was black artists that it was racialized. And another thing that I think is kind of typical is as a musician, there were a lot of black artists whom she respected and enjoyed, but she would always say that one black artist is the exception, the rest are bad influences. When I went to school, if I came home and said I made a friend, her first question would be white or black. And that drove me nuts because in preschool, I dealt with a lot of bullying and discrimination because of being Asian. So it didn't make sense to me that she wanted me to turn around and do that very same thing to my black classmates whom she knew nothing about on the basis of their skin color. And when I wouldn't stay away from my black friends,
I just can't believe that somebody would even, that would be some shit that I would keep to myself. We ain't even got through the shit, dog. That shit made me want to stop spending my money with them people. Because, yeah, the Chinese lady might be smiling in the store, but is she really smiling in the store? Man, y'all don't see shit like I see.
she would resort to making up justifications as to why it was harmful for me. She would say they're going to hurt me and they're going to be a bad influence because they fight and they swear and they're not good students. And of course, none of that was true. And in my household, it was not physically or emotionally safe to voice your opinions, but about that I would because it literally angered me. And then she would resort to physical violence. And that sealed the deal in my mind that prejudice is purely irrational because none of her claims had any basis in reality, and that's why
people who have a different lived experience than you exercise empathy for the struggles that you face that they may not be familiar with is to help them understand. And I was hoping that you could help me understand what anti-white racism looks like. Can you tell me about how you don't know where your ancestors came from because they were kidnapped and enslaved? Or how you don't know what languages they spoke, what spiritual practices they had, or what traditional knowledge that should have been your birthright was lost, not because they were allowed to and wanted to assimilate, but because their enslavers or residential schools forced them to assimilate. Can you tell me about how your ancestors had explosives tied to them while they were building the United States railroads, and then as a show of appreciation, they were excluded from society for nearly 60 years? And could you tell me about the hundreds of towns that were destroyed, like the Black towns and China towns and Japan towns, all destroyed by the same demographic? Can you tell me about the children who were unalived because they whistled at a woman or because they floated in a lake a little too far past the segregation line? And can you tell me how it was for your parents and your grandparents to be United States citizens who were put in internment camps on United States soil? Can you tell me how it was for your family to live in the back of their store because people who look like you were not allowed to purchase or rent homes? And could you tell me how it was for your parents and for you to shed blood, to be treated as human, as equal, and to be allowed to simply share the same space as other people? Can you tell me about the conversations that you have to have with your children about police interactions? And could you tell me about how your mother and your sisters and your daughters are concerned about having children because of lack of equitable access to healthcare, because doctors were told that people who look like you can't feel pain? Can you tell me how it feels to know that...
What the fuck? Bruh. Sound like y'all being oppressed too, ma'am. Sound like y'all been being oppressed since y'all been over here while y'all thinking y'all winning.
Know that your ancestors lived here for thousands of years, but when you try to come here, you and your children are put in cages? And can you tell me how it felt when a few years ago, the president entertained having people who look like you expelled from the country again? Can you tell me what anti-white racism looks like beyond having your feelings hurt, feeling uncomfortable, and having your sense of superiority challenged? And when you're done telling me what anti-white racism feels like for you, could you please tell me why you're not fighting to end racism for everybody? Yes, this is really important. Asian Americans were redlined from opening businesses in white neighborhoods because white people didn't want Asian Americans operating in their neighborhoods and didn't want Asian Americans profiting off of white people. But because the positionality of Asian Americans is weaponized to oppress Black people, Asian Americans were being given loans to open businesses in Black communities, even though Black people were not able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. Obviously, the issue of Asian American-owned businesses operating in Black communities is a huge source of tension because it is part of the daily violence faced by Black people in their own communities when they are disrespected as customers, to the literal physical violence, as was the case of the salon in Brooklyn, where a Black woman was locked into the salon by workers while they beat her with broom. Children when they are accused of shoplifting. And this isn't a topic that I'm going to be able to cover in one video, but it is a conversation that I do want to start. I think that if you ask some people what was the source of the tension, they'll say the LA riots and what happened in Koreatown, but you cannot mention the LA riots without recognizing the unaliving of Latasha Harlins the year before. A 15-year-old girl who was unalived by an Asian shop owner who thought that she was shoplifting orange juice, but the money to pay for the orange juice was in her hand when she was unalived. To overlook that is to value profit and property over Black bodies, which is at the root of the United States systemically racist system and capitalism. But I think that we have to go all the way back to the Civil Rights Amendment of 1964 and then the opening of Asian immigration in 1965. So in 1964, white power structure almost faced accountability to Black people. Black people should have started to be able to receive loans to open businesses in their own communities. But instead, in 1965, the United States opened the door to Asian immigration, and redlining meant that Asian Americans were receiving business loans, but only to open businesses in Black communities, and Black people were still not receiving loans.
That's exactly what redlining, nigga. I didn't even know nothing about that shit till like a month ago, nigga. That's how like dumb I was. Shit. Yeah, I just learned about redlining and all that shit, y'all. I just learned about this shit, dog. Like, there's a lot of shit that we don't know and we need to, like, get our knowledge on, dog, because, bro, I was dumb as hell, dog. Like, stupid, fool.
Loans to open businesses in their own communities.
So where you have this weaponized positionality of Asian Americans being put in Black people's way, of course you are going to have resentment not only over the supplanted opportunity to open businesses in their communities, but also over the fact that the Black dollar is now being paid out twice. Once when the customer pays for the goods or services, and then again when the Asian business owner removes that wealth from the Black community. And I frequently heard the tension being framed as mutual misunderstanding, where these Asian shop owners didn't know about the civil rights struggles of Black people, and Black people were not familiar with the culture of Asian business owners. But I don't think that it can be framed as mutual misunderstanding where there is an uneven power dynamic. You have one demographic that is the business owners, and you have the other demographic that is having to pay. So where there is uneven power, I don't think that it's accurate to frame it as mutual misunderstanding. So my ancestors were asked by white men to come to this country, which they had stolen and forced Black people to build, because they were hoping that my ancestors would be the new cheap and disposable labor to undercut the recently freed Black people that lazy white men didn't want to pay. And when my ancestors wouldn't do that, they were lynched and massacred, their towns were destroyed, they were blown up while building the railroads, and ultimately they were excluded from society and the country for nearly 60 years. Then when the United States asked us to come back in the 1960s because they wanted to put us in the way of Black people again, and the United States needed to rehabilitate its reputation with Asian countries that were gaining in economic and political power, we had civil rights because of Black people. You're obviously not aware of this, but blessed is not a word the global majority thinks of in association with Europeans. Words like plague and colonizer, maybe, but not blessed. And the cell phone in my hand came from China. So I don't know if you're referencing Steve Jobs or Martin Cooper or the Finnish inventor who created the first pocket-sized telecommunication device in 1917, and you probably don't know either because your education system has left you terribly ignorant and without the critical thinking skills necessary to effectively gather information. Because you believe that most great inventions can be attributed to one white person, as opposed to recognizing that the patent system is how white people colonize intellectual property. We would not have cell phones if it wasn't for the creation of the gamma electrical cell by Black inventor Henry T. Sampson. And most of our cell phones would not have microphones in them if it wasn't for the particular microphone that was created by Black inventor James Edward West. The creation of the first digital network, 1G, was launched in Japan, and then Black electrical engineer Jesse Russell pioneered the creation of 2G, which launched in Finland first. 3G launched in Japan, 4G launched in Norway, 5G launched in South Korea, and 30% of the world's cell phones are manufactured in China. Because we, of the global majority, recognize that collective humanity has the ingenuity and creativity of one another to thank, whereas a lot of European Americans are laboring under the delusion that the rest of us have white people to thank. And it's this narcissistic ignorance that causes people like you to do embarrassing things, like leaving comments about Europeans' cell phones on a video about systemic anti-Black racism in the United States. And while that could be written off as a comedic and senile non sequitur, we recognize it as a desperate attempt to center yourself in a conversation that has nothing to do with you. The irony being that white people like to say not all white people and they shouldn't be held accountable for the misdeeds of their ancestors, yet they want to be associated with the greatness of the things that they think they invented.
Say, that lady is tough though.
So, John Michael Kohler was an American who invented the bathtub in 1883. But let's think about this critically. Do you really think that nobody took a bath until John Michael Kohler invented the bathtub in 1883?
Let's go. Hey. And I'm gonna get to the reason why I'm showing y'all all this though. I fuck with her though. I fuck with her.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, right? So what he was talking about is the fact that Africans introduced bathing and the concept of personal hygiene to Western Europe in order to build a healthier society during the 800-year occupation of Spain. In particular, a man by this name introduced the practices of bathing, shaving, and using toothpaste, as well as drastically improving the eating habits of Western Europeans. Additionally, the first recorded history of people taking baths was in India in 500 BC. A lot of us have gotten used to how little
history some people like you know, particularly where it comes to any.
She's calling out her own community.
Yeah.
She's talking about the anti-blackness that exists in Asian households. The way her mother would pull her closer when she saw a black person.
Yeah.
The way she was taught to fear black people.
Yeah.
To avoid black culture.
That's crazy.
And then she's asking black people to forgive them. Let me show you what she said. I first became aware of my mom's anti-blackness when I started kindergarten, and it mostly centered around avoiding interactions with black people and not allowing me to be exposed to anything that she considered black culture.
Black culture.
So if we were walking and she saw a black person, she would pull me closer to her. If we were in the car in a parking lot and saw a black person in the parking lot, she would make a point to lock the doors. And I wasn't allowed to listen to rap or Michael Jackson or Tina Turner. Now hold on. Let me give this sister her flowers first, because what she just did takes courage. She looked at her own community, acknowledged the anti-blackness, and didn't make excuses. She didn't say, well, it's just cultural differences. She didn't say, well, my parents didn't know any better. She said, this is anti-blackness, and it's wrong. And you know what? I respect that. While colorism continues to thrive in Asian media and culture. Forgiveness requires repentance, and repentance requires action. Now, there's another part of this conversation that needs to be addressed. The claim that Asians, Latinos, and black people were all colonized by the same oppressor. And while there's some truth to that, the experiences are not the same, not even close. Let me break this down. Yes, European colonizers wreaked havoc across Asia, Latin America, and Africa. Yes, they exploited resources, imposed their systems, and caused generational trauma. But here's the difference. Asians and Latinos were colonized in their own lands. They maintained their languages, their cultures, their identities. And when they came to America, many came voluntarily seeking opportunity. Black people, we were kidnapped. We were trafficked. We were enslaved for over 240 years.
Definitely.
Our languages were stripped. Our cultures were erased.
We don't even know how to talk.
Our families were torn apart.
And we so from Africa,
And
why
when
we don't know how
slavery
to talk
ended,
like them?
we didn't get reparations. We got Jim Crow, lynching, redlining, mass incarceration, and systemic oppression that continues to this day. So while we may share a common oppressor in the abstract, the depth, the duration, and the ongoing impact of that oppression are not the same. And pretending they are is erasure. Let's talk about the hypocrisy, because it's sitting right there. When black people were fighting for civil rights in the 1960s, where were the Asian and Latino communities? Some were there, yes, but the majority, silent.
I'll tell you.
Benefiting from the rights we fought for without joining the fight. When affirmative action was implemented, who benefited the most? White women. But who else benefited significantly? Asian Americans.
Yeah.
And yet, when affirmative action was challenged and dismantled, many in the Asian community supported its removal, claiming it discriminated against them, even though black people are the ones who fought for it in the first place.
That's crazy.
When George Floyd was murdered in Minneapolis on May 25th, 2020, black people hit the streets. We marched in every major city. And you know who called the police on George Floyd? A Palestinian store owner over an alleged counterfeit $20 bill. Where was the solidarity then? When Breonna Taylor was killed in Louisville on March 13th, 2020. When Sandra Bland died in a Texas jail in July of 2015. When Philando Castile was shot in Minnesota in July of 2016. Where was the same oppressor energy? You can't show up for solidarity only when you need it. That's not solidarity. That's convenience. Let's zoom out, because this isn't just about individual relationships. This is about systems.
Definitely right.
The model minority men-
Africans are racist towards us because they feel like we got it easy. And some ways or matters, yeah, we do, but bro, we don't. Bro, you can't go outside your door and play your music a certain level. You pay for it in the store. You can't have your music at a certain volume, bro. They control everything that we do over here, dog. Like, they think we got it easy over here, though, bro. Nigga, them loud smoking us over here, man. Getting away with it on camera, man. Like, people over here poor just like y'all, bro. Like, and I'm telling you, they think we got it good. Man, this shit ain't good over here. This shit ain't shit over here, my nigga.
Was created specifically to pit Asian Americans against Black Americans.
Now, Hussein, you ain't one of them, my brother.
Look, they came here with nothing and succeeded.
Right.
Why can't Black people do the same? It erases the structural barriers that Black people face. It erases the fact that many Asian immigrants came with education, with resources, with legal pathways that were opened by the civil rights movement. And it's used as a weapon to justify anti-Blackness, to justify the denial of reparations, to justify the continued oppression of Black communities. So when we talk about having the same oppressor, we also need to talk about how some communities have been used as tools of that oppressor to keep Black people down. Now, I want to be clear. There are Asian Americans and Latinos who have always stood in solidarity with Black people. There are activists, organizers, and everyday people who show up, who do the work, who fight alongside us. And to them, we say, we see you, we honor you, we stand with you. But to the ones asking for forgiveness now, to the ones claiming we have the same oppressor now, you need to understand something. Black people are tired. We're tired of being the moral compass. We're tired of being expected to forgive without seeing change. We're tired of being told to unite with communities that have historically benefited from our oppression. Let's go to scripture, because some of y'all need a moral check. Matthew 6, verse 14 through 15. For if you forgive other people when they sin against you, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. Forgiveness is important, but forgiveness without repentance.
That's how I know. When y'all racist people be trying to use that church shit, that ain't. That's why, like, I'm funny about church, cause y'all try to use that, bro. One thing about Black people, bro, we always use our hearts. We still helpful towards y'all. We ain't racist towards y'all, bro. Not many white friends I got. Like, bro, that I shouldn't have. Like, listen, dog. I gave y'all that message because I don't want y'all to think that I'm racist. But I'm for my race. 100%. Right or wrong. I be trying to show y'all messages from other races, how they viewing this shit, dog. It was never people to talk up highly for us like this, dog. Never. Dog, they begging for help, bro. One thing, that's how I know Black is strong. Physically and mentally. Why they begging us for help? We so stupid and dumb. Why y'all begging us for help now? This is y'all fight, bro. Now, you know what I'm saying? For real, T-Will, like, maybe I'm kind of racist, but I'm saying, though, like, look at the shit they doing to us, though, now. Now they doing it to all y'all, all races. Like, they want America to be like Dubai or something. Like, one race, one style of people, rich, certain credit score, or get the fuck out. Y'all know that, right? You know you can't even live in Dubai if your credit score ain't a certain credit score. Can't do nothing over there. They don't even want you there. They don't even want you there, bro. That's why you see nothing but Bentleys and the best cars, Lamborghinis and everything over there. But I'm going to show you something. Why you don't worship that money. Because people who think that they got enough money think that they can create shit. Dubai is hot as fuck. They never get rain. So these dumbass people decided to motherfucker purchase some clouds. Purchase some clouds. Purchase some rain. All them big old fancy Bentleys and all that shit got flooded. Look at that shit. Look it up. Bro, go look up pictures of Dubai 20 years ago. It was nothing. Them people built that city up to a billion-dollar city. Two bitty black young men getting unalived. They need a strong black male because single moms can't control the strong. Definitely, that shit was a desert, dog. It was a desert. It's because they weaved out the certain type of people and they built their city. They weaved out a certain type of people and they built their city like that. That bitch is beautiful. Beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dog. I don't know. I'm very into the politics shit. But it's just, dog, I'm looking at this shit, dog. I'm looking at the shit that man is doing, dog. And that shit is just, dog. It's people saying that, now, I'm going to look this up today. Because I've been saying I'm going to look it up. It's people saying that the orange guy is only acting like that because he's unaliving. That's what they said. Y'all don't remember me running a live saying that, people saying that Trump has an illness? Why you don't read shit? How you are president but you don't read shit? Trump, we ain't gonna go there. That's another topic. I'm gonna look it up today before I put it out. Man, Trump, I think you disintegrating, so you don't care. Now you care. You angry at life. Trump, you lived a long time. Who you mad at? Also, a lot of people say you mad because they try to unalive him, fool. You know, they blowing shit up at your towers. I knew it was some shit going on. Nigga, pull up. What's the coincidence? You make a deal with the Tesla owner, the richest person, Elon Musk. They take a Tesla truck. Oh, bulletproof. Trust me, I know. Fill that bitch up with fireworks. Drive it into Trump Towers. And not only blow it up, blow yourself up too. And them two things, the tower, the Trump. Man, all that shit is crazy. I knew them people was coming for after his ass. Y'all don't realize, like, that army that people be proud of, I think that army is damaging a lot of people too. Y'all remember in New Orleans when that dude drove the truck against the people and all that shit? It was another case where somebody did something else. I can't remember what it was. Bro, all them people was trained at the same army site. The person who blew up the Tesla truck, the person who rolled over the people in New Orleans with the truck, and they both was trained at the same army base. I think that army is fucking these people's heads up. How can you go somewhere, train your mind to be iller, and then come back and be regular. Don't y'all realize over there be pitch black? It be in the middle of nowhere. You have to adjust your thinking to your whole life differently. You got homeboys telling me them stories and shit. My nigga now. So you just come back here and be regular. Y'all don't jump up and feel like y'all were out there sometimes out of deep sweat. Like, man, I think that army fucking people up. Because, I'm gonna say this to get out of here. I gotta get my hair cut. When Trump planned on using the National Guard to go into these cities where these gangs was and shit allegedly, dog, the first people on the TikTok videos trying to challenge the black people was the black soldiers. That shit bothered me like a motherfucker fool. We know what Chicago is. It's what it's gonna be. But for y'all black guys, all them black soldiers to be like, yeah, man, we ready to go in there. They think they're gonna do something to us. Like, bro, for you to be another black person, letting this white man use y'all against some old black people, boy, you stupid as fuck. There's a lot of shit going on over here that I see is just stupid, dog. Black people get brainwashed, dog. And they don't even be living excellent. For me to get brainwashed like that, bitch, I got to be billions and have businesses like y'all. Like, I had to have businesses like y'all, bro. Like, for me to be brainwashed like that, y'all, I would have to be like them. And then I would still have to think about it, because I'm my own man. Well, we ain't going into that, dog. Like, these people, there's some shit going on outside the door, man. Y'all better pay attention. My nigga, educate yourself. There's a lot of shit I didn't know. Redlining. J. Jones, salute. Redlining. Bro, they saying they put the Asians in the way and the Iranians in the way so we can't own no businesses. But them the first people we run in their stores was, hey, buddy. That shit got me. That's why this shit is not good for me. It's not good for me because I'm the type of person like try to analyze people and see why the fuck they fuck with me. Like I be like, and do you really fuck with me? Like, type shit. Yeah, my nigga. Salute Waco, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, J. Jones. I gotta go get me a haircut. It's supposed to be an ice storm, so yeah, man. My whole city was red line. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know, man. I could tell you about a lot of shit, dog. I was slow, dog. I was asleep, dog. I'm telling you, fool. I was asleep, dog. Now I'm woke now, dog. It's a lot of shit we gotta learn, dog. And you can't, like you gotta read something, fool. I'm gone, y'all.